Most people assume custody decisions follow clear rules. In reality, many outcomes are shaped by broad standards, judicial discretion, and case-specific interpretation. Understanding how custody law actually works is essential to understanding how outcomes are reached. Hello, and welcome to the second episode for the Center for Fatherhood Justice and Equity, CFJE. Custody systems are designed to serve one central principle: the best interest of the child. But what does that actually mean in practice? The Center for Fatherhood Justice and Equity examines custody frameworks through policy, research, and structural analysis, with a focus on child stability and due process. In this video, we break down how custody law functions at a structural level, not through individual cases, but through how the system is designed. At the core of custody law is the best interest of the child standard. This standard allows courts to evaluate each case individually, rather than applying rigid formulas. Factors may include the child's emotional and developmental needs, each parent's ability to provide care, stability of the home environment, existing parent-child relationships. In some cases, the child's preferences. This flexibility is intentional, but flexibility also introduces variability. Custody is typically divided into two categories: legal custody, the authority to make major decisions about the child's life; physical custody, where the child lives and how time is shared. These can be structured in different ways: joint legal custody, sole legal custody, joint physical custody, primary physical custody with visitation. Each arrangement reflects the court's interpretation of what best supports the child's stability. A defining feature of custody law is judicial discretion. Judges are given the authority to weigh multiple factors and make determinations based on the specifics of each case. This allows for flexibility, but it can also result in different outcomes across similar cases, limited predictability, variability in how standards are applied. The system is designed to adapt, but not always to standardize. One often overlooked aspect of custody law is the role of temporary orders. Early decisions made during initial proceedings can influence long-term outcomes. These temporary arrangements may establish patterns of parenting time, influence perceptions of stability, shape the trajectory of the case. Understanding this stage is essential to understanding the full process. Custody systems operate within a broader structure that includes legal standards, judicial interpretation, procedural timelines, adversarial processes. The outcome is not determined by a single factor. It is shaped by how these elements interact. Recognizing this structure allows for more informed discussion about where refinement may be beneficial. Custody law is not a fixed formula. It is a framework built on broad standards, case-by-case evaluation, judicial discretion. This design allows for flexibility, but also introduces variability. Understanding how the system works is the first step toward meaningful, informed discussion about how it can evolve. This channel is dedicated to examining custody systems through policy, research, and structural analysis. If you found this breakdown helpful, subscribe to follow future discussions on custody frameworks and reform, justice in custody, stability for children, restoring balance to custody systems, policy, research, reform. Thank you and stay safe.